think we're okay.
Test.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Kiev Major Qualifiers. We're here. We got Penguins, we got Dinosaurs, we got Blaze Casting, Self-Lyrical.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Absolutely. And Vici Gaming facing off against CDEC. Yeah, ended up being able to take game number one. What'd you think? Any thoughts there? I feel like the Tinker and the Terrorblade was going to be able to do something together, but it didn't end up working out. What's your thoughts?
I think Yang is just a hell of a player. I mean,
Yeah.
really, he turned that into a pub stomp, to be honest with you. Like, he was able to get so many great initiations off, even pre-Blink Dagger. Like, that's the most important time to execute as a Sand King. It's just like, yeah, 3-man burrow, no Blink, whatever. It's just like he was able to execute at such a level that I don't really feel like there was much response from CDEC. Like, they had a game plan very clearly, but it just
the wheels at a certain point kind of fell off.
Yeah,
there was.
I would say that's a good description for the past 4 days.
Yeah, there were some problems that occurred at the various stages. Unexpected things, you know, interesting characters that popped in.
That would be accurate. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got ourselves a game 2 coming up here for this. So it's the lower bracket round 1 of the Chinese playoffs here for the Kiev Major Qualifiers, and with one team already qualified, IG Vitality, the winner of this one is going to be facing off against Invictus Gaming. So that should be a really tense matchup, but obviously one of these already have their lives on the line, and CDEC have got to be sweating it at this point. One game from elimination from contention of the Major.
Yeah, it's quite a spectacle on this stream right now, and going into the next game. So very curious to see how that's going to go. Already IGV have been able to move on. He's even dancing. I don't know what I'm talking about. He was off stream still dancing. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting way to see it. Already IGV have moved on from this region. We saw earlier NA have themselves a great old time as well. Obviously Team Onyx making it work. And I'm kind of curious as well, thoughts on what we might see in game number 2?
I mean, that's really hard to say. What we've been seeing from Vici Gaming is a lot more team fight oriented. It's a lot more focused on just really good control, and we got to see that very clearly executed in the first game. So I don't really have too many expectations of change-ups there.
Right.
But for CDEC, maybe it's a little bit more momentum type push. They have been able to draft a lot of good single target focus. So consider like what TNC were drafting towards the tail end of the SEA qualifiers. You can see a little bit more tempo oriented stuff from them. And I think the faster the better, because one thing was just in the early game, they had this really cool idea with like the Dazzle and the Terrorblade, but when you just get run over like that, there's almost no way to really get your feet underneath you.
Yeah, tough one indeed. They're going to be facing off again. We're still waiting for that draft to get underway. It looks like we are, they said toilet coming in 1 minute. So Yang, a little bit indisposed for the moment as well.
He's the one typing. I hope he's not indisposed. I certainly hope he's not like got a wireless keyboard. He's just on the can. Just give me a few more seconds here.
Yeah.
But no, I think that.
Did anybody make predictions, by the way? Do we need to start going through there? I missed the last panel.
I'm sure that we've had our own fair share of failures here in terms of predictions. So we've done plenty of them, but we'll save it here. Unless you want to make a prediction for this one, we've had a game already for CDEC. We have not seen the draft at all, but it looks like we are about to get underway with it.
You know, I'm going to mention real quickly, too, this CDEC team, to me, is one of the coolest squads out of China. Like, granted, they haven't always had the best success, but when I look at this team across the board, it's filled with a lot of very innovative players. They go with cool, unique drafts. We saw out of them a while ago, back when it was Shade Feb that was playing with them. They would go like Battle Fury Magnus and then just start running around the map and finding kills. Granted, it's a different lineup now, but might see some crazy shenanigans going on. We've already had our fair share of that throughout today. But I don't know. Do you think that you can go a little bit too far outside of the box? We saw the Ricky last time. Was that too much?
I mean, I thought that was a good variation. I don't think that that's what was set back CDEC in their mentality. I think that they tried to change it up a little bit, go for something that could effectively really take a couple heroes out of most of the fights. And I think it had some good potential. It just didn't work out. This Riki bounty stuff that used to be really popular. You think of like players like maybe next time, who used to run them like every single game guaranteed. One was banned, you pick the other. And a lot of teams kind of followed suit with that. I feel like those heroes have a little bit less potential with like the new geography. It's so much easier to walk uphill into a sentry and just get killed off, throw away any advantage you've already accumulated. And you'll often see supports just moving in pairs a lot more commonly, so it's harder to isolate certain targets. That and the fact that less people start off in like a dedicated jungle environment, and I just think it's harder to kind of pick up on opportunities there.
Yeah. And then the Vici gaming team too, another star-studded-ish type of lineup, NZYF. You mentioned Yang and his effectiveness on that Sand King last time. You got Ori, who's a young gun up and coming himself. And then, of course, there's DDCHYM. And oh my God, I can't believe it. We actually are going to be jumping into a draft now.
Dota 2, who would have thought?
Nobody can believe it around me. This was the best idea for a panel. I think
it's just day 4 for any of these hubs is always the most ridiculous. But it's just I do feel like the wheels are kind of coming off the bus on this one. At this point, we've got like a few casters left in the studios. A few of them are passed out on the couch. I don't know, but we're here. We got some Dota. We got some Chinese action, and let's get into it, man.
Absolutely. So, Vici Gaming, they're going to take out the Ursa. I believe we saw this last time as well. Coddle's gone as well. Kind of made a consistent presence in every aspect all across the regions. I just feel like this hero offers so much. Is there anything that you really need to, like, is Lone Druid still that top hero as well that you're going to be banning out, or is it dependent upon which teams are playing in your eyes?
It does depend on which teams. I think that, like, for example, last game was a phase 2 ban. A lot of people that are watching the European scene are kind of surprised by that, because it is like always first phase material, if not just straight up first pick material for most of the teams in the West. But in the East here, we have seen it slip through a little bit deeper into the drafts. It's definitely not a hero that I expect to be ignored throughout the entirety of the draft. Like, if it goes 10 bans, 10 picks, and you don't see a Lone Druid on this screen, I would be very, very surprised. But at the same time, I don't think it's the highest priority hero. I definitely think that there are alternatives. We've seen a lot of good Centaur play, which in fact is going to get banned out here. And you notice that Vici Gaming is banning out this kind of all-route face rush style of like the Nyx, the Ursa, these high-tempo heroes that CDEC want to get their hands on.
Yeah, very interesting. I think also, I mean, they leave it in the pool first and foremost. We'll see if CDEC decide to take it. But the Centaur banned out with the Nyx, 2 of the best offlaners. I think it also harkens back to the way that we've seen these games sometimes play out. A Slardar first ban. The next time that it came around, it was a Lifestealer pick into, I can't remember what the next one was from these two teams. But Slardar, still always just consistently good. And yeah, they're going to take the Lifestealer themselves now with the Disruptor. So high tempo.
Again, Vici Gaming love to play around their team fights. The Lifestealer can stub out pretty quickly, and the Disruptor can bring a lot of potential in terms of counter initiation. But I do think that they still have to continue to build up kind of in this deep push, these wave clears type heroes, because you'll notice that CDEC did ban out the Coddle. When I say a Coddle ban, I think that my enemy is just going to be essentially trying to push. Like, it used to be you saw Coddle and you would like be worried about banning Shadow Shaman. It was like, okay, you're going to get pushed, you're going to get pressure, Chen, Shadow Shaman. Their only answer at the time was Coddle, and the game has obviously progressed a lot since then. Those heroes are actually barely in the meta whatsoever, but I'm just saying that we are going to be seeing a very high tempo setting from CDEC. They're going to be wanting to push it out, and they're going to be the ones to try to end the game rather quickly. They've already got some good negative armor against the Lifestealer, so I don't think they're too worried about the Lifestealer pick necessarily. I think they're worried about the mid that comes with him, because Lifestealer is a hero that can make a mid skanks that much more effective. If Quap or Puck jumps on top of somebody, they get that much extra burst with the infest and right clicks, and it just makes the mid hero for Vici Gaming have a higher percentage play no matter where they go.
Yeah, and we'll see if, you know, they go back for something like that Ember Spirit potentially that we've seen time and time again. Actually, we haven't gotten a chance to follow the Chinese region as much, just us personally. I think it's been much more focused on the Southeast Asia, but I'm curious if that's something that's transitioned to China as well. I mean, it's something that's been popular now for months on end. I can't imagine that it would just completely drop off if it's a good game for it now. But Disruptor maybe makes it a little bit less palatable. And with the second pick for CDEC, they're going to take the Warlock. So answering the group up, well, I don't know. I always think when I look at Disruptor that he's just a hero that does want to group up and fight. You can play him in other ways, but that's the way that I feel like we've seen him more often than not in China, and a Warlock's a good answer to that.
Yeah, it definitely is going to enable them. If they get some good AoE fight behind them, I think the Warlock can do really well. It does show a different style than what I was expecting for CDEC. They're going to be doing less in terms of extremely fast-paced tempo and map control, and they're going to be more focused on just heavier team fighting, and they'll stabilize their lanes pretty well too. We've learned a lot over this qualifier that any carry with a Warlock behind him is pretty safe, because most of the offlaners and offlane duos are going to be doing gradual enough damage that the Shadow Word can keep the safe laner stable. So I think you can go a little bit greedier in this position. CDEC do have to play around their cooldowns like the Chaotic Offering pretty well, but they can still kind of extend the play on this one in terms of trying to scale harder into the late game. That being said, now we do have a couple of interesting bans here. The Doom has actually been picked up a few times here, and it is kind of one of those threatening forces, especially against particular heroes. The Lifestealer, if he's not able to get his rage off, can be very greatly frustrated, and just about any mid hates the Doom with a passion. But I like this Juggernaut ban as well. I think it's something that CDEC would have been looking for in this kind of setting, where they can still keep pressure up constantly, but they can scale well late, do a lot of physical damage. I think it's just a kind of a great jack of all trades heroes that works well against the Lifestealer.
Totally. And now, with a lot of their reserve time used already, you look at Vici Gaming, 2 minutes 10 seconds, down to 14 seconds in reserve for CDEC. Very carefully thinking about what their next move is going to be, how they're going to be able to deal with this pressure that they know is going to be coming. They're going to take out the Sand King. That was, I believe, the last pick in the last game as well. So good to take that one out of there. It's just an incredibly strong hero that you can run in the dual lane. With the Disruptor and the Lifestealer together, and just in general, I feel like we've been seeing more dual lanes out of teams as a whole. Do you like that idea against a Warlock lane? Or, you know, Warlock where is presumably going to be, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be the solo support, but if there's a roaming position for Slardar, or if this ends up being a 3, what's your thoughts there?
I feel like the Disruptor might struggle to actually guarantee himself levels. That's the most important thing, is that Disruptor finds himself good level 6 and 7 timing, and you can do that so consistently through pulling and safe lane supporting, whereas if you're trying to contest, it's like 50-50. Either you do well and you get your experience ahead of time, or you actually fall very far behind and you get yourself in a rough spot. So I'm not the most confident in the offlane position right now. It depends on what heroes they really pick up in that context. Obviously, Yang, he's about controlling and about getting involved pretty early, so I think that he himself, no matter what he picks, is going to try for that, but I think the Disruptor is better placed up top. That way, if, let's say, the Lifestealer does want to go for an infest play, that you actually are able to kind of solo the Disruptor for a bit, get him a little bit extra juicy farm, and that will enable your team as the game progresses. But Vici Gaming are going to be thinking about this one quite a bit. Both teams have tapped quite a bit into reserve time at this point, and it is going to be, in fact, them making their decision, hesitating a little bit, but going for the Riki Mario for Vici Gaming this time around.
Interesting. And CDEC are going to be going for the Bat Rider. Great for holding or breaking high ground. And I think that, I mean, it was like an instant pick, so you could tell that there was something that they really wanted. In my eyes, though, looking at the Riki, like, I always worry about this hero. I worry about Bounty Hunter just being able to be pressured very, very early, take down all of those tier 2 towers around the map, move from place to place to place. And granted, Lifestealer is going to be able to help fight early, but depending upon what carry and mid CDEC take, as long as this isn't, you know, a Bat Rider mid or something, which I think we've kind of moved past that phase.
You'd think, but
yeah,
you never know, dude. With Inflame,
yeah,
and being involved, like, he loves to just run this hero as much as possible and as many ways as possible. But yeah, the default you're looking at a Yang Magnus getting involved very aggressively, and you're looking at that offlane Bat Rider as well.
But like, so I'm thinking, if Vici Gaming are in a sort of position where they start to get pressured, the next couple picks give a lot of push for CDEC. where's their D push going to come from? And do you think that that's something that CDEC would attempt to do, is try and pressure Vici Gaming early like that happened to them last time?
I mean, if you look at it, I mean, maybe we get some ranged agility carries here that will actually be able to do some structural damage. We got 10 seconds here for a Wraith King pickup, in fact. But what I'm saying is, like, unless they suddenly pick up two hard-hitting physical damage range dealers, they actually don't have great siege. They're like, these are very in-your-face heroes. That's going to be all about the fights, and it's going to be about that for both sides, because Vici Gaming are all about counter initiation. Yang loves to go for Shadowblade at Magnus, loves to just be like right up in people's faces, and you got Riki smoke screen, you've got the disruptor combo, you've got Magnus. All of it means that CDEC have to spread themselves thinner and thinner. They have to create a greater concave and make sure that they don't clump up, or they're just going to get punished so heavily, because Vici Gaming's lineup loves to fight, and it loves to fight in closed spaces. So I'm curious if they go for a more pick-off-oriented selection for their mid. Templar Assassin is going to be banned out. That would have been definitely a go-to pick in my mind, because it just allows you to jump on somebody so easily. You can isolate a target with Slider, Bat, and TA, and can do some work. But let's talk about the Wraith King a bit. We do have ourselves now very clearly a 4-position Slardar, 5-position Warlock, and 3-position Batrider. But Wraith King in the safe lane is going to give some longevity to this lineup.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Well, I don't know. It's a little bit shaky for me. I like the Invoker pick a hell of a lot more than I like the Wraith King. I think that the Sun Strikes with the Batrider Lasso fits perfectly with what you were talking about. But you look at these heroes, granted, you're not necessarily going to be able to farm a Diffusal Blade on Riki, but I feel like there's a lot of potential here for this Wraith King to be punished and just kite it around. Like, what do you do if you end up like just running away from him? It feels like it could be really tough. And they are going to go back for that Ember Spirit we were talking about. So Blaze, you see the drafts now. We've got our eyes on it. Who's your pick for this game, and what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I do want to see what happens with this Wraith King, whether or not he maybe goes for like an Aghanim Scepter, so that once they lose the first part of the fight because of the strength of the Magnus Disruptor, they can kind of go into the second stage and still have extra heroes kicking. I think in general, though, I'm not sold on the Wraith King yet. I like the idea behind it, and I want to see what it can do, but it's also a very risky environment being on match point. So we are going to be seeing, I think, a Vici Gaming victory at this point.
All right, well, we're going to pop ourselves out of prison right there in just a second. We are going to be going into game number 2. Of course, we have the wonderful duo, Luminous Inverse, as well as Eos and Dota. It's going to be casted for you right now. Let's send it over to them.
Power on a melee core, and looks like we need to change our settings again. I do apologize. All right, camera speed. All right, we're good.
Look at that 2K camera speed for 2K hands.
I was playing Dota in the office yesterday, and people were surprised that I play with this camera speed. It's actually incredibly hard to play.
Is that your excuse for being
Being the way I am.
being the way you are?
I don't need an excuse for that.
HYM hot sauce.
That's what the Chinese character stands for.
Yeah.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
No, that's literally not. It's
Well, I mean, to be
something
fair,
Huo Mao.
something is, yeah.
It's
The
Huo
first,
Mao.
the first,
The first one is
It's
Huo.
fire.
Fire, yeah.
yeah, which
So it's
leads
hot.
into hot sauce.
There you go. That is the analysis that we're getting. All right, let's quickly introduce who we got. We got Flyby on the Wraith King, Demons playing that Warlock, June on the Batrider, September on the Slaughter, and Inflame on the Invoker. Me on the dire side, DDC playing his Disruptor. I think perhaps this is his best hero.
Oh, let's see if he's gonna get the rune. He does get it. HYM.
The hot sauce.
Snatching a rune.
Yep. Meanwhile, we got Yang playing that Magnus. Looks like he's just straight up jungling with the Iron Talon. Ori on the Ember Spirit. And last but not least, and playing the Lifestealer once again. And honestly, he played it super well last game.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Is this a thing? Kind of a thing. It's going to take a lot of damage.
I mean, it
He's
works.
going to have to keep the creeps again. Oh, don't run away! Okay, he hit the Warlock. He only got 2.
I mean, I think it's fine.
Hit it again. Gotta hit again.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
He just want to mess up the grill a bit, but now Sand King or Wraith King's gonna pull it. Oh, the beautiful pull!
What is happening? there's this stuff everywhere.
It's Dota in the lanes, or in the jungle.
I mean, this is great.
Oh, look at Demons. He knows. Oh, wait. HYM, a little bit too fast.
Wait. There's creeps. Okay, he's got it.
Yep. But the equilibrium is pretty messed up now, so I think that's kind of what HYM wanted. So he's good.
Well, more importantly, oh, mid lane. No, he's just harassing. But more importantly is that he managed to draw out the sentry ward from demons.
Okay.
So now he doesn't have to actually worry about dying.
True. And he also got the tango off of it, which he definitely needed.
There's always a shrine for him as well.
Yeah. Kind of out of regen already.
Don't think that Yang actually needs it.
All right, he's gonna pop that shrine. Blink Strike as his skill up. Top lane June gonna eat a Thunder Strike to the face. Last game he went for a 2-2-1 build, which is not exactly the most common build I've seen on this disruptor. You normally just max the glimpse, but you know.
I think it definitely helps a lot. I mean, if you look at the number, right, you start at 40 damage. If the next one is 60, you pretty much increase your damage on Thunderstrike by 50%.
50% increase, man.
Yep.
Now Fire Blast going on HYM.
Really just
HYM.
harassing him out of lane.
Yeah. I mean, he's already shrined. Even with a Pro Man shield, taking way too much damage.
Surprised they didn't call for a Sunstrike there. I actually think he would have died.
Huh, you're right.
Well, if he shows himself again, he's definitely going to die. There's going to be a Wraith Fire Blast. Although I wonder how difficult it is to communicate that quickly.
Oh no, Chinese people are just telepathic.
Oh, they're telepathic? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Chinese, I'm not. Sunstrike. Ooh, very nicely done.
Alright. Good stuff.
He's telepathic, dude. He knew where he was walking. Did you see that?
I saw it. I saw it.
That was sick.
No. The Abed Sunstrike yesterday was sick. That was just like, that was normal, right?
I wouldn't even know about it. I didn't see
Okay.
any of the NA stuff.
Alright, June gonna duck into jungle. Did stack for himself. Nice camp here. I miss Batrider. Haven't seen him at all, or rarely in the C qualifiers. And honestly, I think he's a very strong hero, given the correct circumstances.
I was going to say, you're probably just looking at the wrong region.
Yep.
Because if I can, I think if just after seeing a Batrider being picked here once, I'm pretty certain it means that
It's been picked.
it's been picked.
Yeah, it's
multiple
not a surprise Batrider pick. I mean, you could make the argument that given the extended popularity of Nyx Assassin in the C region, it could explain why Batrider is not seen as often.
times. That's true.
All right, Ricky kind of roaming around, doing what September did last game, but unfortunately for the Ricky, not finding nearly as many opportunities.
There is a sentry mid. That is probably the issue.
Yeah. And more so it's just the lane that he's ganking for, right? Like
Oh,
it's
haste. Oh, he got it.
okay. Now he could run around faster, but also doing nothing.
I mean, he's level 3.5 at least. Oh,
Top
Top.
lane,
they
Jude.
got him.
They already used the glimpse.
No,
Kinetic
they're gonna
field.
get him. Yeah, then he should be.
All right.
Very nicely done.
And he's gonna pick up the kill. And HYM, there you go. He hasted around doing nothing. But now he's gonna find September. Rotation is gonna come in from the Disruptor, but I don't think he has enough mana, especially Glimpse on the cooldown. War being dropped on the high ground. September now is on the low ground. He's got Dust. Does he have the game sense?
There's no way they're gonna catch him. Yeah, he's just out.
Yep.
Glimpse is gonna be too far, and he's out.
That is so much wasted time for Vici Gaming. I'm surprised Ember even rotated for it. Bottom lane, we do have Yang finally going back to the lane. He did start off jungling, and looks like he's gone for a very traditional Shockwave max build, which I find surprising because he started in the jungle, and because normally in off lanes, you tend to do rely on the jungle much more.
Oh,
Sunstrike is going to be there. He does have the skewer, and he will have to pop it. Get forced away. Are you surprised by the skill build?
Wait, is he gonna die?
Nah.
He's dead.
Wait.
Yeah, he's dead.
Survived the eruption, but died to this.
Oh, wow.
Lumi, do the math.
Simple calculus. I didn't do the math.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
Did Flyby? Oh yeah, okay. I saw Flyby holding on to skill points. So I was wondering if he did put in the points into the Race Fire Blast.
Man, if Oh, flyby was holding a skill point.
Mhm.
I thought you said that the Magnus was holding a skill point.
Oh, no.
In which I would say pre-7 patch, you get that stat to get the extra HP, survive that, you know. I miss that. I really do.
I'm not gonna lie, if he did that to survive, that would be the
That would be
the most-
hype, man.
That would be the most awful play.
Really?
Yeah.
To get stats to not die?
Yeah.
I think it was worth.
You delay an extra point in one of your skills, all of them being
Yeah, you
pretty
get
decent.
+2 stats, and you don't die.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I'm glad they took away stat points.
so
So players like you wouldn't make decisions like that.
and feel smart about it. All right.
Smoke, mid. Ember is 6 now. They have a level 3 glimpse. And HYM is right on top of him. Oh, this September. is
They're
so
gonna
bad.
get depth settle for September instead, which not really the one they wanted, but at the same time, Ori doesn't have to use the triple remnant, so he will have it for the next engagement. Top lane looks like Jun is able to TP away, and N is dominating the lane. We'll see if he does actually duck back for the Echo Saber build this particular game. Do you think having Empower on your team makes Echo Saber?
That's actually a very good point.
And then you have RP?
I think,
Yeah.
I think it is. You're right. That burst damage is really strong. Demons is spotted. He has to be very careful. He's gonna get skewered right here. Oh no! They go for Slardar again.
Yep. Slaughter gonna get
Even better.
the tank. Yang doesn't have the level 6 ultimate just yet, which is it seems to be the pretty common theme nowadays.
Yeah, just go for the farming
skip
build.
the RP, yeah.
Flyby is now level 6. I feel like this Wraith King is so low level, but I think that's mostly because Demons is just sitting in lane, sapping most of his EXP.
And I think demons kind of have to, right? At least till level 6.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm also surprised that another way you could do this is just have the Flyby just straight up jungle, and then just give to the lane to demons. At least until level 6, and then the Wraith King takes it again.
HYM stealing bounty runes.
Yep.
Now level 5. He's actually doing pretty good. He's holding on to 900 gold as well.
Yeah, he's involved himself in a couple of assists. I think the 2 is actually not showing.
Yeah, it shows for me.
No, it show. I think he's been involved in more than 2 kills. He might have been in every single kill, but I'm not
No,
positive.
no. The Bat Rider up top was just disrupting.
Oh,
lifesteal.
true. You're right.
Oh, he's gonna get glimpsed.
Nice. That's actually one of my favorite things.
Oh, and then September might be going down again. He's gonna get scouted.
Yep, by the
HYM.
Ricky. Oh, he's
Oh,
on.
That hot sauce.
That hot sauce. Wait, he's moving super fast.
I mean, glimpse is.
Glimpse is on cooldown,
Oh,
dude.
okay, never mind. That was some
Wait, he's still here.
miscommunication. They could have easily caught him.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ember didn't. Oh, Ember doesn't have slight. That's why.
I mean, he could have just spirited it and caught him.
All right.
Maybe they were feeling a little scared under the tower.
True.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a huge loss. Just a small missed opportunity.
You underestimate the impact of sending a message to a player that's been dying already so many times.
I mean, I think the message has been sent already. Like, look at how low level he is.
He's only 0 and 2. The message has not truly been sent until you're 0 and 6.
Oh, okay.
That's when message is received. I received that message yesterday when I was playing the Pit Lord, dude. I just didn't want to play Dota anymore. So I know.
I had a good time.
Alright. HYM rotates around. A lot of rotations, but not many kills. But I can't help but feel that Vici Gaming is...
Oh, HYM has to be careful. The rest of the team is kind of close. Oh, he gets dusted up as well.
Okay.
Here comes Flyby. Yeah, he's dead. See ya.
Oh.
What's up? No need. Saving mana. I think if I was in Flame, I would have KS'd that for sure. Like, jokes aside, I think it's actually super beneficial for your Invoker to steal every single kill possible.
I mean, you also get the experience too.
Yeah.
Or part of the experience if you're Sunstrike. So yeah, I do agree.
But I think it was either on cooldown or he just deemed it unnecessary.
He's got Tornado invoked up.
It's probably just because of the Ember Spirit.
Ember to break his shield. Not exactly something you see too often from an Exhort Invoker.
Well, the other thing is that it's one of his best defense abilities at the current time. Did you see how fast he invoked that? They still caught him. Bet he wishes he had
It doesn't matter.
Tornado
Bottom
now.
lane, the rock has been used, but the Seer has already been cast. Flame break to push him back. Oh, the RP though. And now suddenly June in a lot of trouble, but he does have the lasso available. In fact, they're dragging the Lifesteal around. Lifesteal can't go into creeps. Looks like Magnus has already died. Demons with the body block. It doesn't matter if you're rage. Oh, he phased through it, and now DDC comes through. He doesn't actually have any mana.
Wait,
No, he's dead. He's
dead.
No Sunstrike.
Buyback.
All right, my co-caster going full retard, as it were. HYM will drop that ult, and he'll blink away. Sunstrike?
Sunstrike?
Thank God he didn't buy back to miss a Sunstrike. Wait, does coming through. HYM's going to be dead. Here comes the Ori. He's out of mana, but he is going to be doing a lot.
I mean, the whole team is here. Let's be careful.
Well,
Flyby does have the armlet and ulti. That would be it.
a lot of players going in.
I mean, overall, it's a pretty even trade right now. Both sides failed. It's actually dead, almost dead even.
Yeah, it is. I think the big point will come next when June picks up his blink, which he's actually fairly close. Whereas Magnus looks like he's going to go for a straight blink build as well. I thought this might be where you go for either a HOD or even Echo Saber, but he feels like he needs to kind of impact the game a little bit more, at least now.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got it, so
Yep.
this is definitely a good pickup. And I feel like people go this build because, honestly,
Oh, September going to get caught here. Life Split pops out. The KS from Yang.
I think that ROTK plays a very large role in influencing how Magnus is played in China.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh,
Bye
he's got the
bye.
RP. He's got the blink available. The lasso is going to find
That's not
Magnus
very
on the
good
left
though.
side,
There's no
but
follow-up.
yeah,
There's no Warlock ulti
The
either.
Storm's going to be there, and now the Shockwave's going to come through as well.
Ember?
Sunstrike going to the Ember. Ember is dead. June flying through the tree line here.
Oh, Demons is out.
Yep, and now Flyby still has more nukes. Here comes the Slaughter, giving vision. The Glimpse back is going to compete, but Ricky just got decimated and is going to be on the run. That level 1 tornado is going to find him.
This is a reincarnation.
Reincarnation slope is going to get raged off, and N is going to walk it off. Again, a lot of spells being thrown, but CDEC making the defense much stronger, and they don't lose anybody. Well, apart from the reincarn, but you know, that's kind of free.
I mean, to be fair, reincarnation is a big deal.
The long cooldown, yeah.
It's such a long cooldown at level 1, but I was really surprised that CDEC made that work so well for them, considering how bad it looked, in my opinion.
Yeah, like you said, no rock. Lasso basically did nothing.
But you can never underestimate Invoker, Inflame, and Flyby putting out the damage.
Well, I think a large part of what that was, Vici Gaming was kind of like just in a very awkward spot, like in the trees, under the tier 1.
Yeah, I agree.
And then CDC had easy reinforcement. They had a person get glimpsed back, but still, it didn't matter. Like, it felt like CDC just had the number advantage the whole time.
September got glimpsed, but I mean, he already got off his crush.
Yeah.
His job. Yeah, but like you said, it was a very disjointed fight. I think there was just a lot of miscommunication in spell targeting. You know, there was a Disruptor ulti on top of Demons and the Bad Rider, but everyone else was fighting on the other side. Ember Spirit was like on his own behind the tower.
Yep.
It was just very chaotic all over the place.
Now, I'm personally been much more used to seeing Ember going for the Veil of Discord first. And this game, Ori's going for the straight blink. Can you kind of talk about the differences and perhaps why you think he's forgoing the burst damage?
I think he's probably just setting
smoke.
up.
Immediately broken. HYM. We'll have to. Oh, Sunstrike is on point. Bang! Ori. All
Wow,
right.
they even committed lasso.
Yeah.
I think for the time being, I think he's okay with just setting up for his team right now because he does have a Disruptor on his team. Also has Magnus, as well as the Ricky. You know, you can always just blink in, Searing Chain someone, and then let Yang skewer him back so that it's not as risky. Oh, DDC.
Thunderstrike here. The rock's gonna come through.
That's a huge rock and
They don't
fatal
have
bomb.
lasso to follow up. They are gonna get one for sure. DDC. Okay, is that worth the one rock though? I'm not exactly sure it is. I also found it surprising that June was making such an aggressive play to defend his tower, and then DDC's falling for it. They had to know that he doesn't have lasso anymore.
I think it's actually overall. I think it's actually okay.
All right, they're going to
Oh,
go for Flyby.
Flyby.
Flyby does not have that. Oh, and
He
the
is very
combo
dead.
is going to get dropped on him. He is
Unless-
absolutely dead. Can't arm the toggle under that flame guard. And yeah, Reincarnation still down for a full minute.
Well, after that pickoff happened, overall, I think Vici comes out on top with that. They do end up taking that tier 1 as well. Are they going to go straight into Roshan?
They will try.
This is a really good play. I thought the CDEC would have considered it instead after picking off DBC.
Bat Rider is coming in. Let's see if they have vision of the bat. Does not seem
He
like it.
has very little mana though. They cannot. He's not going to be able to go in with only 200 mana.
All right, Dire will go back to the shrine, smoke up, and immediately be on the hunt again.
June just spamming out his shrine.
Saying they're going to come here? They're expecting them
Yeah.
to come here. They're correct here. Do they have vision? It's the question. HYM blinks in, pops the ult, and looks like it's going to be Slaughter in a lot of trouble. He just dies. They had the hill advantage. Tornado's going to pick him in the air, but the Storm is going to glimpse him back. They don't want to glimpse him back because they want the kill. Inflame in a lot of trouble. Inflame's still alive. Now he's dead. And now it's going to be the Wraith King inside the cloud, and he does not have the ult. No,
He does
yes,
have
he
it
does.
now.
He does. He barely
But
had it
that
back
might
on.
be a disastrous
Yeah, it
ulti.
might still be bad for him. He gets completely chainsawn on the way back. HYM popping that cloud. That's a double kill for N. Demon on the left side. He doesn't have the rock. He's also dead. What a disaster
What
for
a
CDEC.
disaster. At the same time, what a great smoke from Vici.
I mean, the smoke was expected. Yes, CDEC just got outplayed.
They weren't ready for it. June pretty much gave them all the information they needed, but yet they still couldn't prepare in time.
I mean, they had the info, but what were you going to do with that? Slaughter, he did have blink, so he can't crush them. June technically could have blinked in by
But I mean,
himself.
if you know it's coming, then at least don't get caught by it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if you can't do anything about it, just don't
I
get caught
think
by it.
CDEC says, okay, we know you're here, let's fight them. But the rest of the team did not come in at time, right? The Wraith King and the Invoker was late. Bat Rider is now going to get caught, and Bat Rider...
You know, honestly, that looks like a tilt, in my opinion. I don't think that June normally would have been caught right there. Yeah, that was like suicidal to farm. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
and honestly, I think that sequence of play that we just saw in the last minute might just be the turning point of the game. Like, there's
I
just
agree.
so much that they're going to be falling behind. Wraith King uses yet another reincarnation for essentially nothing. Invoker dies.
And
September-
they're going to pick up Roshan now off of this too.
Or
no,
are they?
They're scared.
Yeah, they understand that Rock is online now.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, maybe, you know, calling GG would be a little bit premature. Because CDEC, despite the poor plays that they made, is going to have a shot here, as September will pick up the blink. So all of a sudden, they do have a lot more capable teamfight abilities.
Does VG have another smoke? They don't.
Yes, they do. DDC just bought one.
Oh, he just bought one, right? Okay, yeah. I was expecting them. I'm kind of expecting them to just go for another smoke, because right now they're just that much stronger in a team fight. As long as they look out for the Warlock, I think that they should win at least team fight. That's the only worry that they have.
All right, CDC in fact will kind of
But they're going to stand on this hill.
Oh, they're gonna go in themselves. Okay.
Oh, I like this.
Dude, this is super aggressive, and I'm not sure if they're gonna be aware of this. HYM, the hot sauce, carrying something hot and
I
spicy
really
inside
like
of him.
this.
Is it gonna be enough
This
time?
could be a
Yes.
disastrous fight for them,
Aegis is
even
gonna
with
be
the
grabbed.
Aegis.
HYM comes in. He's, well, gonna go right on the Bat Rider. Bat Rider try to fly through the trees. The Rock a little bit late, and that Rock pretty much a big waste here. Meanwhile, nice chains here by the Ember Spirit, catching September. September might still die. Shockwave, one more. No, he's gonna survive. On the other side of the fight here is going to be Lifeslayer. Catch out. No, he... Whoa, damn. He just got that Wraith King. Sunstrike?
Sunstrike?
No, not going to hit. And CDEC, despite getting the Aegis...
It's not over yet. All right, it's over. Oh, that was so close. That's like a fist just off the mark.
So I think still Vici gaming advantage despite the Aegis.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They didn't kill off Invoker, so he still has the Aegis, but they get 2 kills off of it.
Yep. And I think the big difference in all of these fights is that the Bat Riders can't do anything. Like, he just dies before he jumps. I think perhaps off of Jun's mistakes when it comes to positioning, but he needs to make himself a factor in these fights.
It was just unfortunate for him because Ricky was right or had vision of
Oh
him.
no, it's Invoker getting caught. Keep in mind he has the Aegis. What a tornado though. Does catches everybody. The question is, are they gonna...
I would blink RP skewer this, personally.
Well,
Oh no, but they're
Vici
getting pushed up.
disagrees because here comes the EDC. Nice blink crush. They want N. N is dead. EDC on the right side is going to get caught as well. Great recovery by CDEC. Had they made a move that our Nexon champion suggested, it would have been a team wipe. All right.
Goes to show that you cannot underestimate the amount of damage Wraith King and Invoker does at the moment.
Yeah. Especially with that finished Echo Saber. I feel like Flyby has really not made his presence felt yet. I really think that he needs to get Blink Dagger.
I think so too. I think with that pickup though, he is going to be that threat. Because right now he already does enough damage, but he needs the ability to catch out people.
Yep. Or would you say that, look, I have a Slardar, I have a Bat Rider. Let me just focus on damage / survivability?
I mean, it's definitely an option. Maybe, honestly, I would like for him to go for, you know, the more of the pub strat. It's kind of like what Black likes to do on Faceless as Void.
Okay.
And he goes Shadow Blade.
Yep.
And I think Shadow Blade is actually pretty good this game because, you know, you do have that setup.
Ooh.
Oh, mid lane, he's gonna get glimpsed, right?
Man, that
Oh.
nerf to the lasso range.
It's okay though. Crisis averted. They managed to draw 2 ultis. Well, I don't think the Ricky one is all that important, but Disruptor does not have ulti for a bit, so I believe this should be somewhat of an easy tier 1 for them.
Invoker is not with the team, but he does have Breach of Travel to join very quickly. And in fact, Invoker is really liking that tornado. He's keeping it constantly invoked. Blink Skewer. Rock is thought about being cast, but no, on the backside, Ember as well as a Smoke Cloud.
They need to kill
the
this
back line.
Magnus.
Magnus, yeah, not going to be dead. He will go down eventually, but here comes the Invoker, drops a big meatball. They're going to focus on N. The lasso's going to be there. They do find Ori, but there's no damage being focused onto Ori. They want N instead. The entire Radiant team is focusing on different targets, and as a result, they're going to get neither.
United mid tower.
All right, gotta say, Ori game-saving initiation, or counter-initiation rather. They saw the skewer. Oh, Sunstrike. They saw the skewer going onto the Wraith King, right? I think normally a lot of players would just jump and collapse onto the Wraith King, but instead he went on the back line, understanding that there will be backup for the Wraith King. Made sure that the rock did not come down. I think if the rock came down, that would have been a totally different fight.
Yeah. At the same time, I think it's a really tough choice for CDEC. I don't know if they should have actually taken the fight there, especially after Warlock died. But
I
at
mean,
the same
your
time,
Wraith King just got pushed in
Yeah,
for
it-
reincarn. You kind of have to go.
yeah.
Because if you don't, he goes team.
Wait.
All right, Sunstrike. Did they amp him? They did.
Yeah, but the Sunstrike shared damage. Otherwise, I think he would have died.
All right. And once again, in a fight where I felt like June unable to do too much. I think it's actually rather Vici's great play. They have just not been initiated upon, right? They're the one that's also always finding the good fights.
Oh, they dropped the rocket bottom.
Okay.
I don't know if that was the play. Your rock is dead. You do not have it any longer.
Yeah.
Vici just walked away. They're probably... Oh no, there's no shrine.
I think Demons expect them, like the fight to develop more, and he kind of, you know, picnic dropped the rock in a scenario where he thought he was gonna die for sure.
Is that the case though? I feel like that's... I mean, the rest of this team is pretty far away.
Yeah, I don't know.
I find it hard, yeah.
It was a dubious rock, nonetheless.
On the bright side, he is still alive at least.
I mean, this Ricky lifesteal combination has just been doing way too much.
Well, they're trying to find another hero, but the rest of Radiant... Oh! Demons is somewhat close. No, he's just...
Oh, that TP. No.
Wait,
they see
oh,
him?
June saw him?
No, they didn't. June's dead. He's got a force stab, but the open wind slow is still going to be enough, and that's going to kill.
Man, that is so... That must be so frustrating. You just TP in, and there's a Ricky lifestealer right behind your tower. That is so depressing. And Because the Bad Rider is down and Warlock doesn't have ulti, they're just gonna have to concede objectives.
Yep.
One tier 2 tower so far. I wouldn't be too surprised if they go for the mid one as well.
Oh, or he's just skipping Veil altogether. He's going Lincoln's next. Huh. I'm telling you, he's respecting the one cycle counter ability of Wraith King.
The one cycle. I mean, I have seen a lot of Embers skip the Veil.
I mean, he's just playing more utility than damage, right? The Lincoln's gonna protect him.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing though. Even without Veil, Ember Spirit's insane.
Right.
You still do damage. I think it was there was one game where it was Team Secret. Mid one was playing the Ember Spirit. He just went straight Yules because the other team had Silencer, and he still managed to like double kill the supports without the Veil.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, I just want to point out Ori. This game, he's not looking to triple Remnant in. It doesn't feel like he has been doing that at all, right?
Oh, right. Okay.
He's really like going to catch the backline, for example, focus on the Warlock like we see in the last fight, or just applying stun and disable. He's not throwing his body in there to apply as much damage as possible, which is what Veil build does. So I really like the fact that he's got a different item build, and he's different kind of playstyle is reflecting that item build.
Right now, I think VG need to focus on catching out this Invoker. Invoker is by far the most threatening hero for them on CDEC.
Right.
As long as they kill off the Invoker, I'm pretty sure they'll be allowed to do whatever they want. But they have to find the Invoker. That is what is truly important.
Well, he is in the trees, and he's porting out.
I think he feels and understands the current situation. He knows that if he dies, that's gonna be a lot lost. If he goes down.
Well, Flyby is gonna just tank up, and gonna get AC instead. I'm not sure if AC is the answer here. Because honestly, like, if he spent his reincarn and he's surrounded, he's just dead.
That's kind of the nature of Wraith King, though, right?
I mean, BKB changes that, right? Blink changes that. I would have much preferred seeing either of those items than.
I think AC is alright. Personally, they have a Slardar, and they also have Invoker who could give him Alacrity. I think overall it's alright.
All right.
Plus they are against a Life Stealer. Having the armor is definitely necessary.
HYM again, always in these little nooks and crannies.
Man, Life Stealer is so farmed that he's been sitting inside
Yeah.
the Ricky for such a long time.
Which, by the way, the Lifestealer did actually opt for the Echo Saber in the build.
Yep.
He does not have Empower bonus currently, so that's the one awkward thing about this combo.
Everyone is just so close to each other. They're so afraid right now because they don't see anything.
All right. They understand that June is up on the hill.
They are out. Roshan is up in 30 seconds. Both teams looking to contest this for sure. Invoker is just lane to lane.
So
Pushing these lanes out.
even though the goal graph suggests it's only like 1,000 net worth lead for Vici, I can't help but feel that they're much stronger and much further ahead.
I definitely agree with you there because right now the problem is that CDEC, that net worth is entirely on the Invoker.
Right.
An Invoker,
And that's why you said they have to kill the
they
Invoker.
have to kill the Invoker. Yeah.
All right, here comes the fight. They do see September. HYM gonna get stunned up, and where's the Storm? Not gonna be there as yet. The Rock, very good one. Backline RP pushes them back in the fight. Reincarnation will trigger a lot of the Vici heroes.
They
Still
got
very,
him.
very
They got
healthy.
him.
Lasso's gonna be onto the Magnus. Where is N in all of this? He's being very slowed down under that upheaval. Right now, we're going to see Flyby really disabled up. They open wounds him as well. They will chop through his AC like it's nothing. Never mind, he doesn't even have the AC just yet. Vici just overrunning CDEC. Jun on the run. Blink and chains, and he's dead. That's a gem on the ground. Anybody going to drop it? September comes in. Oh my god, that damage output. Demons trying to ward him away. Ori comes in with the chain. Not going to get the kill, but it did get the gem.
And that's the issue with CDEC's lineup right now. It's entirely on the Invoker. And Yang, once again, just identifying the proper targets. He solo RPs Invoker, drags him back into the Disruptor ulti, and there was not a single thing he could do.
Yep. Doesn't have any defensive item like a Yules or a BKB for himself. And
He needs a BKB so badly.
I mean, he does have Lincolns, but that doesn't protect from
I'm
the
kind
combo.
of surprised why he bought Lincolns too. I don't think Glimpse is the issue for him.
I think he foresaw himself playing much more of a split push game,
Which is true, but if
and
you're
the
playing that-
Lincolns would have helped with that regard. But in the actual fights, Lincoln does nothing.
I mean, I can definitely understand that, but I feel like he should have just bought a BKB anyway. If you need to buy a BKB and you do find yourself in that situation,
You could pop.
you could just pop it and
Yeah.
still survive.
I agree. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of Inflame's item choice here.
Well, and with that fight, they took the rags, and all of a sudden, Flame no longer the top net worth. Lifestealer working towards the Abyssal Blade.
Well, they're backing off once again. Not exactly sure what they're afraid of at this point. Reincarnation is down. Inferno Offering is down.
I think Ori should probably just start pushing in bottom lane.
Yep.
Oh, Invoker, if he shows himself bottom, they can just go.
I mean, they have he has the BOT, right? So even if he shows bottom, it's not.
No. They know that he probably just BOT down here, right? Yeah, they're just gonna go.
Right, they're gonna go.
Like if you see him down there, you just go.
At least make him TP here. And now Invoker is making the long walk. Limbs was cast, I believe.
See, so now he's coming. Now he's in, but it's already way too late.
Tornado's gonna be there. RP on the
Oh,
Invoker again.
big.
3-man storm on top. They don't have the kinetic field, but it does not matter. Reincarnation
GG.
will trigger, and well, Inflame is also triggered, so he calls GG. Damn. Yang MVP. 2 games in a row now, making some huge plays. First on the Sand King, and this time on Magnus.
What a player.
Isolating target, like you said, the Invoker is the most important one, and he finds them 2 fights in a row.
Yeah, that was just really solid play from Vici Gaming. They're looking really strong right now. I think that the early game looked a little bit sloppy, but once they identified their mistakes, they just like shaped up really quickly and hardly made any of them once the mid game kicked in.
I should have been offline. AUI signs on as kill me. I feel for him. But congratulations to Vici Gaming, excuse me, as they move on and have a shot to take on Invictus, and that should be a very exciting match.
Which Invictus team is it?
I just regular Invictus.
Regular Invictus. So that's the Burning
Yeah.
Invictus. Okay.
I'm hoping that Burning makes it back. You know, they're so close, but so close does not equal you're there. We are done for this particular broadcast. I am Luminous. You can check me at Luminous Inverse, and of course myself or my co-caster at Aos and Dota. Thank you guys for watching. We will still have one more best of 3 coming your way. That will be cast by Blaze as well as Lyrical. We'll take about a 30-minute break. They generally give the teams a bit of a rest. But until then, see ya.